Hello guys, my name is Leto Safix and today's video is about betting tips on how to win big on Counter-Strike Global Offensive matches. I'll do a rundown of a few key areas that we need to focus on and why. I've written down a complete script for this video, so if you'd like to be able to read the script while I'm talking so you can kind of better get it into your brain, I'd advise you guys to check out the description. Okay, so this is just a small overview of what we're going to take a look at in this guide. Number one, if you can't afford to lose, don't bet. It's only really important if you've just started betting. Patience is key, very important. Break the losing streak, only important if you've never really bet on anything before. Watch a lot of Counter-Strike matches. It's just to raise awareness. You can watch it if you want. If you don't, this sentence should pretty much have the same effect. Middle finger to statistics. Very important for some people. Yeah, very important. Trust your gut. Also very important for some people. Steer clear of inconsistent teams or use it to your advantage. Nice little tip to get easy value. And get into the minds of the players. Also pretty important actually because it can be crucial. And at the end, play the odds. Number one most important. You can even just skip to that and take that as a single thing and you'll have a nice guide, I think. Number one rule of betting is to not put more on the line than you can afford to lose. This is the best way to not get upset about losing and will ultimately make you win more bets. And I'll get into this in the third part of this video. Now I've got a lot of subscribers and I've got a lot of followers on both Twitch and Facebook, and everyone likes to ask me for help in betting as I win most of my bets. But what they don't seem to understand is the term a bad bet. A bad bet is a bet where it could go either way, where you have a lack of knowledge about one or both teams, or a bet where the odds are very accurate. And we'll talk more about odds later because that's actually one of the most important parts in betting Counter-Strike games, or betting on CSGO Lounge. Now, in my Ballsy Bet series, I usually bet big and win big, almost always on underdogs. I don't pick these bets at random, and I never bet because I want to bet, but because I think the bet is good. What would you rather, honestly? Bet 4 times a day and risk losing value, or bet once every second week and win big every single time? Now, this next thing is break the losing streak. This is important not only in Counter-Strike betting, but in pretty much every type of gambling, betting, stuff like that. Because what most people do when they start betting is that they lose one of their first bets and instinctively think that they have to win what has been lost back instantly or it'll never happen. Do not do this. This is a big mistake. Because you'll make some rash decisions and bet on games that are not safe at all, and that will ultimately make you lose even more. This builds the frustration and you'll end up losing a lot of skins just because of this one stupid act. Betting is neutral. It's without feelings. Use your head, not your heart. This next one is pretty simple. It's watch a lot of Counter-Strike matches. And it's because the more matches you watch, the more knowledge you have about the current teams, and obviously more knowledge equals a better chance of being right. I cannot count the amount of times I've been asked why I think a team will win. The statistics show that. Looking at previous games, we can see that. I say fuck statistics, honestly. Everyone has their off days. Statistics are guidelines, not fact. Don't make your bets solely based on statistics. And number 6 is trust your gut. And this is one of the most important things for me, to be honest. If you check hltv.org or the comment section on CSGO Lounge, they're almost always wrong. They base their verdict on statistics and use this to analyze what will happen in the game. We've already discussed this. It's just plain wrong. If you've got a strong feeling that a team will win, go ahead and bet. Sometimes you'll make irrational decisions this way, but that is the way you win big. Upsets provide the value. Safe games give small returns. Believe in your gut, but make sure it's something special. If you don't feel 100% confident, just don't bet. Steer clear of inconsistent teams or use it to your advantage. Those are words of wisdom. I'm going to give you a few examples of current inconsistent teams, And I'm just going to list three, which were the first who sprung to my mind. And the first one is mouse spots, who have and probably always will be inconsistent. We've got Hellraisers, who currently have been pretty inconsistent because they've been boot camping, winning a few games, and then now not, I think, and losing games, or at least just they're inconsistent all the time, currently. And also Kick, the Portuguese team that sometimes is on CSGO Lounge, has always been inconsistent in my mind as well. Now, a good way to use these teams to your advantage is betting small on them if they're underdogs, as upsets can and will happen with inconsistent teams. Likewise, if any of the inconsistent teams are favored to win, bet small on the opposite team. Most likely, they'll play like shit, cough cough, mouse spots all the time basically, and that will make you win a lot of nice skins. Number 8. Get into the minds of the players. Now, this isn't as important as the other tips, but it can definitely still be game changing. Also, I'd advise you to stick around because the last tip is the best. That is the one where you win value. It's going to be sick, okay? Look forward. Now, yesterday I predicted Na'Vi to beat Epsilon, and Na'Vi having 46% and Epsilon having 54% to win. Na'Vi had just had some shocking losses, and because of this, the odds were stacked in Epsilon's favor. Na'Vi is a top team. They don't like losing. What do you think will happen if they lose 2 to 3 games in a row, all of which they were definitely supposed to win? They put in the time, the effort, and the focus to make sure that they don't lose again. Beating Epsilon in this match was important for them to keep their superstar status, which means they'll do everything it takes to win. It's the same if a team has just been picked up by a new organization or just lost their organization. If they just lost it, they'll want to show the world how good they are to pick up a new sponsor. If they were just picked up by an organization, they want to show them that that's the right choice. They took the right choice in signing with them. I guess you can argue that they'd always put in their 100%, but I don't think that's true. Observe and get back to me. If you still think I'm wrong, leave a comment saying so. The mentality of the players has to be taken into effect. Guys, I saved the best for last. The other tips have been things to consider, rules of betting so you don't lose all of your guns, and just other stuff like what the players think and so on. This is the one that makes you gain value. Most of the viewers watching this a few days after it has been released remember the game where LC beat Na'Vi. Firstly, let's take a look at the two teams. Na'Vi has their normal lineup, which usually is one of the most dominant on the scene. And LC is a new team, so to say. Some of us may remember a few of the names, most notably Polly, Rubino and Skirk, from previous top teams. LC had 12% chance to win, and Na'Vi had 88%. Is it safe to assume that a team with 3 experienced players and a few new additions only have 12% chance to win? I don't think so. A subscriber of mine asked who to bet on, and I told him LC with 12% was too low, as shown in this picture. I never said I think LC is going to win, but 12% was way too low. This means that a smaller bet than what you usually bet will still give the same value in returns. LC went on to win, and my subscriber won a lot of nice skins because of this odds analysis. Learn to spot out the games where the odds are off. You might not win if you bet on underdogs every time, because they will obviously lose some games. But say you're betting on a team with 10% and the game ends 16-14 for the opposing side. It is still a good bet. You were so close to winning on a team that supposedly only had 10% chance of winning. Play the odds, not the matches. People are stupid, you're not. If you think the odds are off, put in your bet. If the bet goes home, you'll win loads of value. If you lose your bet, you've probably bet smaller than you would have had the odds been accurate. This is a nice way to tip the scales from high risk, high reward to low risk, high reward. Remember, the odds on Lounge are made by players, not experts. Betting on a football match, the odds are made by experts. The odds on lounge are made by the CS community. It's way easier to find games where the odds are off. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if so, I'd appreciate it if you could please leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you haven't. My name is Noisia, and if there's anything I find out I forgot to cover, or there's something people request me to add or clear up, I'll do that in a separate video. We'll see if it's going to be needed.